This year, there's a new way to heart walk. We'll be showing up in our communities with more places to walk to reach everyone, everywhere. That means heart walkers can heart walk at official Heart Walk pop-up start lines near you. Your own heart walk can pop up in a park, pathway, or tucked away trail. To rural roads, make it your own. Let's empower our communities to take charge of our health and well-being. Get set, go!
Today is the day. It's time to reclaim your rhythm. Pick your jams turned up, get moving, bring the good vibes, and take back control of your health and mental well-being. Know your numbers and make moves to help keep your blood pressure on track. Go Red for Women will be here every step of the way. So let's do this together and create healthy habits today that will lead to healthier tomorrows. How will you reclaim your rhythm?
It's not just saying I love you. It's not just a warm hug or a hand to hold. Loving my family means helping them get the care they need to control serious but manageable conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes. Because acting now can help us have more healthy years together. My world is better with Mama, Pops, Auntie, and Tio. It's time we check up on our health and the health of those we love. Because, Doctor, it's been too long.
Should document your family history, and not just heart disease or stroke, but all of the diseases that may have affected, especially your first degree relatives, mom and dad, siblings, and or your children. So understanding that is going to help you and your doctor make a plan for keeping you healthy.
It's really important to note that self-care is not selfish. And so many women are caretakers of everyone else in their lives, their dependent children, their spouses or partners, their aging parents, their friends, their communities, that they may end up neglecting their own cardiovascular health. But, we can't pour from an empty cup, and women, need to have their own, be healthy themselves to be able to take care of all the other people in their lives.
Well, I think that every woman should know that 1 in 3 women will die of heart disease.
Women are really the gatekeepers to health for the whole family and really our whole society. And so it's so important for women to prioritize their health first.
When we think about making a global impact in our communities, the mission is more relevant today than ever before. As a heart transplant recipient, I'm just so grateful to be on the other side. And so grateful to now lend my voice to the American Heart Association in any way I can.
My name is Kelly Blumenthal, and today I want to talk to you about the importance of learning CPR. If you're alone, you'll have to call 911 yourself. But if there is someone around, you can say, "Hey, you, call 911 now," and say it like you mean it. Push hard and fast in the center of the chest at a rate of 100 to 120 compressions per minute. This is the beat of the song "Stayin' Alive" by the Bee Gees. Keep pushing until help arrives. It's that simple. You now know hands-only CPR.
One of the things that we've seen is over 75% of employees have experienced burnout in the last year. 75%. So if you look at that metric, that's 3/4 of all employees. And workers are 3 times more likely to report poor mental health now versus before the pandemic.
Really in the early postpartum and the late postpartum time. Maternal mortality is a very hard public health indicator. It is an indicator of a country's commitment to health equity and to justice. And when we compare ourselves to the rest of the industrialized nations, we're really not doing that well.
Welcome to At the Heart of It.
So it is amazing to me how far research and technology has brought us. It literally gave me my life back. I'm not supposed to be here. I wouldn't be here if this were 20 years ago. So that's why I'm such a huge proponent of the American Heart Association and any efforts to research and fight and make advancements in the treatment of heart disease.
So there are actual strategies that people can utilize and cultivate, what they call a psychological toolbox. I love that, so that the next time they face a challenge, they can pull from the toolbox and it can allow them to then become stronger for the next one. So I think that idea that life is always going to throw challenges our way, but it doesn't have to push us down. We can actually use it to make us stronger for the next one.
Well, good evening and welcome to the American Heart Association's 2022 National Volunteer Awards event. Tonight we recognize 18 of the AHA's most prestigious volunteers and one outstanding staff team. My name's Sonia Azad. I'm a health and wellness reporter at WFAA here in Dallas, Texas. And after serving as MC last year, I'm so excited to be back with you again tonight. So we are going to have some fun. This is going to be interactive and engaging. And you know, one thing I know about AHA volunteers is that your hearts are unbound. These volunteers give back in so many ways to further the American Heart Association's mission and improve people's lives. So throughout the entire program, I got to ask you, we want to show them some love. So recognize our awardees on social media in real time and use the hashtag #AwardsWithHeart, #AwardsWithHeart. So you can post a photo, maybe if you've got a watch party going on, or a selfie if you're just by yourself, doesn't matter. Show us what you're doing, where you're watching from, and hey, let's take a look at what people are already saying on social media. By the way, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we are everywhere. We're very easy to find. So we've got American Heart tweeting, "Tonight's the night." Of course, we are excited about our National Volunteer Awards. We are live right now. We've got some friends who are posting photos already. We've got friends in Rhode Island who are sharing their congratulations as well. We've got a big congratulations to Quest Diagnostics coming in on social media. And the American Heart Association in Georgia, congratulating them for their contributions tonight. So don't be shy, keep using Twitter and Facebook. And by the way, we are live on YouTube, as you guys know, that's where you're watching from. So make sure you're signed in so that you can comment and congratulate our awardees in the chat box throughout the show. So I do want to take a moment to hear from you right now. I'm so curious. Type in the chat box where you're tuning in from. So, for example, I'm coming to you from the AHA's National Center in Dallas, Texas, which I think you guys know by now. So let's see, where do we have friends tuning in from? Another Dallas. Hi, Sharag. Good to have you here. We've got, oh my gosh, we've got friends from all over. Kentucky. We've got friends from New York City. I see Buffalo here as well. Warsaw, Poland. Oh my goodness. Okay, we are international officially. We've got Brazil. We've got Yemen, we've got friends in the Middle East. Okay, well, I am so excited to see where everyone is coming to us from. Lee, good evening from Plantsville, Connecticut. Well, hello to you, Connecticut. Okay, so we're going to keep checking in on you guys, and we're going to get this party started. We've got to bring in our hosts. Let's welcome in the American Heart Association's Chairman of the Board, Ray Vara Jr., President Dr. Don Lloyd Jones, and Chief Executive Officer Nancy Brown. So Ray, I'll turn things over to you.
Thank you, Sonia. It's fantastic that you're able to join us again this year. It's sure to be an unforgettable evening. I can't wait to see these volunteer leaders as they get recognized. I'm delighted to co-host the 2022 National Volunteer Awards event with my dear friends and colleagues, Dr. Don Lloyd Jones and Nancy Brown. People are tuning in, as you just stated, from all around the world. In fact, 2 of our awardees will be joining us live from England and from Dubai, where it's in the middle of the night. And Don, I believe you have the honor of presenting one of these international awardees their recognition.
Thanks so much, Ray. I do indeed, and it is great to be with everyone this evening. You know, our exceptional volunteers, including those who will be recognized this evening, are really the driving force behind AHA's impact. And we are also so grateful every day for Nancy Brown. Her steadfast leadership always gets us pointed in the right direction and keeps us at the forefront. Nancy, it is great to be with you tonight.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Ray. And thank you for the amazing volunteers who we will be recognizing tonight. We are so excited for this award. And just as a point of information, the National Volunteer Awards event has been an American Heart Association tradition since 1950. And what we know is that every day, these remarkable volunteer leaders and organizations shine bright. Tonight, we'll hear stories of what makes them so special, including their shared passion to make a difference in people's lives. We will also recognize an American Heart Association staff team with the prestigious Earl B. Beagle Award, the highest honor bestowed to an American Heart Association staff member. This year, the award goes to a dream team we're calling the Magnificent Seven. So let's get to it and turn the show back to Sonia to kick things off and recognize our awardees.
You know, the funny thing is, Nancy, I was about to call you, Ray, and Don the dream team. So you beat me to it. Okay, we are going to get this first award presented tonight, and that is the Woman Changing the World. So let's welcome Geraldine Rodriguez to say a few words about our awardee, Elizabeth Elting.
Hello, my name is Geraldine Rodriguez, and I'm the co-founder and CEO at The Knowledge House, a nonprofit that trains young people with technology skills and places them in competitive, high-paying jobs. I'm so honored to present this upcoming award because The Knowledge House's work is only possible because of the Bernard J. Tyson Impact Fund from the American Heart Association, which is powered by Women Changing the World honoree, Liz Elting. Liz, thank you so much for your generous support. The Knowledge House has recruited 100 volunteers who are supporting and helping our students recognize endless possibilities to gain meaningful employment. Liz Elton has reminded me to think bigger and help people be the change. She inspires me as a female entrepreneur and philanthropist. As a co-founder of TransPerfect, Liz oversees the world's largest provider of language and business solutions with 6,000 employees in over 100 cities worldwide. I'm so proud to follow in Liz's footsteps by being named one of Forbes 30 Under 30 in 2016. Liz herself has been named one of Forbes' self-made women for the past 7 years. Now that's what I call a boss lady. It is with great pleasure that I introduce the 2022 Women Changing the World, Liz Elting.
Thank you so much for this wonderful honor. I'm so excited to have the opportunity to serve alongside the amazing leaders and changemakers who are the American Heart Association. I'm extremely honored to be recognized for my contributions to this incredible, life-changing organization. I've been a part of the AHA family for over a decade now, and it's been among the most rewarding experiences of my philanthropic pursuits. Every day, we become better educated and more aware of how dangerous and overlooked heart disease is, particularly for women and underserved communities. We need to expand the reach of broad heart health education to rectify a long history of medical biases that make women, especially women of color, more likely to die from preventable heart disease. We need to continue focusing on tackling the social factors that impact health and to support social entrepreneurs who are particularly well positioned to make a positive impact in underserved communities. And everyone here is keenly aware that all this hard work, research, and social entrepreneur programming does not come for free. Compassion must also be accompanied by financial commitment. We, who are the fortunate, have a particular responsibility to give with deep conviction, deep passion, and by truly digging deeply. So let's make this year so successful that in the near future, we can look back and proudly say that we succeeded with the AHA in making it so that all of us, regardless of our gender, race, or zip code, live long and healthy lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz. That was just phenomenal, and congratulations. Let's continue the celebration now. Up next, Andrea and Ken Frazier will receive the Louis B. Russell Jr. Memorial Award. Now, in case you don't know the history, Louis B. Russell Jr. was a Black man who survived more than 6 years after undergoing heart transplant surgery. So this was in the 1970s, and this was a record at that time. He was a steadfast advocate traveling nationwide to create heart health awareness. So this award in his name honors outstanding contributions to communities of color and under-resourced populations. Here to present the award is Denise Bradley Tyson.
I'm Denise Bradley Tyson, and it is truly my honor to present the American Heart Association Louis B. Russell Jr. Memorial Award to my and my late husband, Bernard J. Tyson's dear friends, Andrea and Ken Frazier. Ken and Andrea's personal mission is all about advancing health access and equity for all people. Through the Andrea W. and Kenneth C. Frazier Family Foundation, they're helping overcome social determinants of health in under-resourced communities. Whether it's placing commercial refrigerators at food pantries, providing home health kits to patients with hypertension, or funding COVID relief, Ken and Andrea's volunteer leadership is truly inspiring. And I owe a huge personal debt of gratitude to Andrea and Ken for the Frazier Family Foundation's $1 million gift to the AHA's Bernard J. Tyson Impact Fund to give communities in North Philadelphia equal opportunity to quality health care. For example, they supported the Oshun Family Center, a Black woman-led mental health organization that is providing expert-led counseling to members of the community who are struggling to cope in these unprecedented times. Again, both I and the American Heart Association are so grateful for everything you do and continue to do to help people live longer, healthier lives. We celebrate you, Andrea and Ken. I wish I was with you to give you a real hug, but my virtual hug will have to suffice for now. Congratulations on this well-deserved recognition, my friends.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Denise. I wish we were there to reciprocate the virtual hug to you. We are honored and grateful to receive the Louis B. Russell Jr. Memorial Award from the American Heart Association. Ken and I are privileged to play a small part in the important work done by the AHA. In particular, the American Heart Association's efforts to address health inequities in the Philadelphia area through programs such as access to healthy foods, blood pressure control, and COVID relief have made a real impact, especially in the inner city, where the burden of cardiometabolic disease is greatest and life expectancy is lowest. And as a stroke survivor myself, I feel passionately about the need to educate women about how they can take control of their heart health and remain as healthy as possible. Is there anything you'd like to add, Ken?
I endorse everything my wife has just said, and we thank you for this recognition.
I love the virtual hugs, and I love that he just endorsed his wife. That was so perfect. Congratulations. All right, our next awardee, Ron Haddock, will receive the Morgan Stark Memorial Award. And Morgan Stark was a financier and philanthropist who dedicated over 35 years as a volunteer leader and supporter. The award in his name recognizes outstanding stewardship of the association's financial resources, commitment to operational excellence, and investment in staff and volunteers. Please welcome presenters Dr. Donna Arnett and Bert Scott.
Good evening. I'm Donna Arnett. As a past AHA president, I had the wonderful fortune of partnering with Ron Haddock who served with me as chairman of the board. To this day, Ron and I have had such a special bond, and I'm so honored to recognize him this evening. Ron is a visionary, strategic thinker. His ability to position an organization for the future is unmatched. Ron is relentless in keeping his eye on what is most important. Whether advising on financial strategy, operational excellence, or brand relevance, Ron has and continues to be a driving force behind AHA's success. As a savvy, strategic businessman in his own right, Ron has graciously shared his expertise to ensure the AHA and our life-saving mission thrives for today and tomorrow's business environment. Ron believes that people power the business. As such, he's had a keen eye on cultivating and developing volunteers and staff. He also challenges the association to understand the marketplace and stay ahead of the competitive landscape. His quest for business excellence is fueled by his passion for research and discovery and ensuring that every donor dollar is spent wisely. Ron is truly committed to longer, healthier lives through his long tenure as an AHA volunteer. He has been such an important part of our past and know he will be an important part of the AHA's future. The American Heart Association would not be what it is today, nor would I, without Ron Haddock. Ron, my dear friend, congratulations on receiving the Morgan Stark Memorial Award. You are the essence of what it means to make an extraordinary impact. And now a few words from the immediate past AHA chairman, Bert Scott.
Ron, it has been great getting to know you. You have been an outstanding leader and a personal friend. You really helped me during my tenure as chairman of the American Heart Association. I've really enjoyed getting to meet your wife, Sandy, and your incredibly talented grandson, Hayden, who you take great pride in. It gives me a great pleasure to ask everyone to join me in congratulating Ron Haddock.
It says I'm not muted. Can you hear me now? All right, well, good. Again, thanks, Donna and Bert, for that amazingly generous introduction. I appreciate it so much. And in this situation, it's really hard to say anything that all of you wouldn't expect me to say. So, but since it's the way I really feel, I'll say it anyway. And that is that I'm deeply honored, humbled, and thankful for this outstanding award. My only regret is that I was not privileged to know Morgan Stark. But one thing is clear, and that is that he was extremely passionate about the American Heart Association, as I am, and have been for over 20 years. And again, the reasons why are predictable, but I'll say them anyway. One is the importance of the mission to people all over the world. Two, the fact that the AHA is an extremely well-managed organization by Nancy and her team. And third, the fact that it is committed to health equity and to making all people's lives better, including in many countries around the world. Lastly, my sincere thanks to the board and to everyone involved in this award selection process, and to my wife, Sandy, who's here by my side, for her support and her involvement in the American Heart Association. Stay healthy and good evening.
Thank you so much. And I love, by the way, all of the YouTube comments coming in. We've got Kevin who just typed in congratulations and thank you for your leadership and generosity, Ron. Also, Kathy saying, so happy to be here from Los Angeles to celebrate these incredible award winners. Indeed, we're happy to have you here as well. And Lee saying, congratulations and thank you for all that you do and your dedication to the AHA, Andrea and Ken. So keep reading your comments. I love seeing them come in, and I'm seeing them in real time. So don't worry, we're going to get to as many as we can and continue to share them also on social media using that hashtag awards with heart. So our next presenters have a very special relationship with JT Liborn, who is receiving the Voice of the Mission Award for sharing his journey as a heart disease warrior on TikTok. Now, I'm not on TikTok yet, but I might be convinced tonight. First, we're going to hear from Dr. Rafe Connors, who repaired JT's congenital heart defect as an adult. He's had a front row seat to JT's journey, inspiring others to take an active role in their heart health. Also recognizing JT is our first animal presenter. Get ready for this, you guys. The Utah Jazz mascot called Jazz Bear. Yeah, Jazz Bear has actually collaborated with JT to support the AHA's mission. This is incredible. So let's now hear from Dr. Rafe, who'll be followed by Jazz Bear.
I'm honored to be here tonight to help celebrate a special patient of mine, JT Liborn. JT, I met a couple of years ago when he came to me with his progression of his congenital heart problem. JT underwent his first operation as a child and came to me 2 years ago with now progression of his heart disease, which involved 2 separate valves. JT unfortunately faced this problem right at the start of our COVID pandemic and underwent the operation without his family at his side. Through that period of time, his wife turned to social media in part for support and to help tell people his story. As JT recovered, he joined in, and they've now gone on to inspire millions of people, having accrued 1.6 million followers on TikTok. JT shares his story and all of his fears that surrounded that to help inspire hundreds of thousands of people around the world, including many celebrities, including Wayne Brady, Andy Grammer, and AJ McLean, which has helped in extensive fundraising for the American Heart Association. Through his continued efforts and inspiration of these hundreds of thousands of people, they continue to raise money for the American Heart Association, which is now approaching nearly $1 million. It's my honor to be able to help present this award tonight to JT, who's both a patient of mine and a friend, and has inspired me along the way. JT, I'd like to help congratulate you for the receiving the American Heart Association Voice of the Mission Award. I congratulate you on this award, and your inspiration to others is very contagious.
Okay, wait, where did Jazz Bear go? JT, I hope your door is locked, or you may have a visitor soon, it sounds like. And it may not be that Amazon delivery on your front porch either. We're going to keep our eyes peeled to see if we find Jazz Bear. But in the meantime, let's all welcome JT to the stage.
Wow. I had a nice speech written until Dr. Connors and Jazz Bear had to make an appearance. I am so honored and humbled to be here accepting this award for Voice of the Mission. And there's a handful of people I need to thank. First off, my family, my mom and dad, thank you for supporting me throughout this journey. And to my kids who I haven't seen the last few days as we've been on the road, I love you guys so much and I can't wait to hug you tomorrow. To the community of people on TikTok that have come together to do something unbelievable. This is your voice. This is what happens when people work together to accomplish something. Means the world. A special thanks to Dan, Kelly, Ed, Taylor. What you guys did and helped with is, there's no words for it. There's no way we raise the money that we raise if it's not for you guys. To Sean, man, you don't know what you mean to me and my family and what you have done in support of us. A huge thank you to the AHA staff, volunteers. You guys don't get the recognition that you deserve often enough. You make a difference every single day to heart warriors, all past, present, and future. You save lives and you matter. To my Utah American Heart Association, Liv and her team, thank you for all your love and support you've shown me and my family. And I especially need to thank one person at the AHA that means the world to me. Jen, man, this 18 months has been unbelievable. And again, this voice is because of you. You saw something in me and you allowed me the opportunity to share my story. But last but not least, I would like to thank my wife. She is my rock. She's my number one. And she literally saved my life. She's the true warrior. She dropped me off at 5:30 in the morning and waved goodbye and hoped she'd pick me up in a few days. And this community on TikTok watched as she sat outside in the parking lot and danced and made videos and kept people up to date. I owe you everything. I owe you the world. I just love making people smile. And to all my young heart warriors out there, I hope that you can see this and realize that the sky's the limit. Be proud. We're unique. We're special. So thank you again for this. I'm honored. All my love, and always go make someone smile.
JT, thank you so much for that heartfelt note, really. I mean, I think you have all of us in tears back here, but I really appreciate noting the power of social media, the positive power of social media. So thank you for using it for so much good and for amplifying your voice and the American Heart Association's mission. Okay, everyone. Earlier, you met Ron Haddock, who received the Morgan Stark Memorial Award tonight. Now I want to introduce you to the next award, which is named in Ron's honor. So it's the Ron Haddock International Impact Award, and it recognizes a person or group for outstanding contributions to the American Heart Association's global mission and international reach. And tonight, this award is going to be bestowed twice, first to an individual and then to a team who've made groundbreaking advancements across borders. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Bob Harrington, who will present the first award to Sir Rory Edwards Collins.
Good evening. It's my honor to recognize my friend and colleague, Sir Rory Collins, for his dedication to research on cardiovascular disease and stroke. I have known Rory and his extraordinary work for more than 30 years, since my own research fellowship training in the Duke Databank for cardiovascular diseases. He has led large-scale randomized trials on the causes, prevention, and treatment of cancer, heart attacks, and other vascular diseases with life-saving results. In one randomized study of 18,000 heart attack patients, his team found that both aspirin and the clot-dissolving medication streptokinase reduced death rates by 20%. Amazingly, they found an even greater outcome when the drugs were taken quickly after the onset of heart attack and given together. Rory also serves as the principal investigator and chief executive of the UK Biobank, collecting data from millions of participants for research use worldwide. He's earned numerous accolades, including election as a Fellow of the Academy of Medical Sciences in 2004 and a Fellow of the Royal Society in 2015. In 2011, Rory was knighted for his services to science. Please join me in congratulating Sir Rory Collins as this year's American Heart Association's Ron Haddock International Impact Award.
Well, thank you very much, Bob, and thank you very much to the American Heart Association for the Ron Haddock International Impact Award. I really wanted to echo what Ron Haddock said about how the American Heart Association itself has extraordinary international impact in terms of improving healthcare across the world. But from a personal perspective, I also want to talk about how it impacts on young researchers as they start their career. And I remember 40 years ago going to the American Heart Association meetings for the first time and realizing just what was possible in research in heart disease. Being able to see the giants of cardiovascular research up close at fireside meetings and talking to them and being inspired to think, if one worked hard, if one really collaborated internationally, one could make a difference. And I think that this is another aspect of the international impact of the American Heart Association. Yes, it changes practice, but I think it has made an enormous impact on researchers in inspiring them to do better, to do more, to change the ways in which patients are cared for and populations avoid heart disease. So thank you very much for this award. It's a great honor to get it at the same time that Mr. Haddock himself got an award. And I wanted to thank all of my friends and colleagues in the American Heart Association, Bob Harrington and many others, for 40 years of fantastic collaboration and many more to come. Thank you very much.
Our second recipient of the Ron Haddock International Impact Award is the Middle East North Africa Stroke Organization. Dr. Don Lloyd-Jones will present the award to the organization's president, Dr. Suhail Abdullah Al-Rukin.
Good evening. I'm Don Lloyd-Jones, president of the American Heart Association. I have the immense honor of recognizing the Middle East and North Africa Stroke Organization as the recipient of the 2022 Ron Haddock International Impact Award. The organization of Manasa was established in 2016 and is headquartered in Dubai. Their mission is significant: to improve stroke care in the Middle East and North Africa. What many of you may not know is that North Africa has one of the highest regional rates of stroke mortality in the world, so Manasa's mission is critically important and urgently needed. One of Manasa's priorities has been increasing the number of comprehensive stroke care centers in the region. Manasa recently partnered with the American Heart Association to develop a first-of-its-kind certification powered by the Get With The Guidelines Quality Improvement Program. The program launched in 2020 to educate providers and the public across the Middle East and North Africa about stroke care, and that saved countless lives. According to the organization's president, Dr. Suhail Al-Rukin, who's accepting the award on behalf of Manasa, the American Heart Association has been like a big brother for them. Well, Dr. El-Rukin, you will always be a part of the American Heart Association family. On behalf of all of us at the AHA, congratulations to you and to the entire organization of Minaso on this award.
Stroke claims 6.2 million lives each year, a number that exceeds AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria mortality put together. According to the World Health Organization, stroke has alarmingly become the second most common cause of death and the third most common cause of disability worldwide. Our mission at MENA Stroke Organization, Minaso, is to help promote evidence-based stroke care in the Middle East and North Africa. American Heart Association, American Stroke Association not only share that mission. For decades, their work researching and educating on its root causes has made cardiovascular disease and stroke known and, more importantly, in many cases treatable. Today, I'm honored to receive the Haddock Award, but I'm even more honored to call the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association partners and allies in our fight to treat and prevent stroke. On behalf of the MENA Stroke Organization, I express my sincerely gratitude toward the AHA-ASA team for their recognition of the partnership and leadership of MENA, so being an example of how stroke leaders around the world can come together to improve the quality of stroke care. This award reflects excellence, teamwork, and dedication to comprehensive stroke care across the region. I must use this opportunity to thank and appreciate the team of Minaso board and fellow members for their incredible efforts. Furthermore, without their excellent performance, I would not be standing here today and receiving the Ron Haddock Award. A great thanks for everyone is presented here today, and once again, the most thankful for AHA-ASA. Thank you.
You know, as a child of immigrants, I have parents from the Middle East, and I love to see the American Heart Association's reach around the world. I think it's so important. So we appreciate you and congratulations. Next, we'll recognize two people and two organizations with awards of meritorious achievement for making significant impact in communities and beyond. Dr. Gary Gibbons will start us off to honor the late Carol Barr, wife of Congressman Andy Barr of Kentucky. Carol died suddenly from mitral valve prolapse, and her legacy is inspiring awareness and influencing policy so that others can live longer, healthier lives.
As the director of the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, it's really an honor to pay tribute to the National Meritorious Volunteer Award to the late Carol Barr. She fulfilled a life worth celebrating as a mother, a wife, and a woman dedicated to community service. Indeed, that commitment to community service is a special calling that she shared with my mother, indeed inspired me to pursue this position of public service. And so we're dedicated this award to her, and we appreciate the leadership of Congressman Barr, who, after he lost Carol at the age of 39, has been an incredible champion of promoting research into valvular heart disease. Valvular heart disease affects many millions of Americans, almost 3% of our population, particularly the conditions she suffered from, mitral valve prolapse, particularly affects women. And Congressman Barr has played an important role in introducing the Carroll Act in memory of his late wife. This will be an important effort to promote education, awareness, and research into valvular heart disease. In addition, the The bars have again showed their commitment to community service by establishing the Bar Fund, which has as its core giving scholarships to young women in rural Kentucky to encourage them to pursue careers that incorporate science, technology, engineering, math, so they can be the leaders in hopefully advancing the discovery of new treatments and processes that will address valvular heart disease amongst that next generation. And so it's with this great commitment to service exhibited by Carol Barr and her husband that we're honored to bestow upon them this wonderful Meritorious Award for volunteers.
Good evening. This is U.S. Congressman Andy Barr. I'm honored to address you all tonight and accept the award of Meritorious Achievement from the American Heart Association on behalf of my late wife, Carol Barr. In the 7th grade, Carol was diagnosed with mitral valve prolapse, a typically benign heart condition that causes death in only 0.2% of cases. Like many Americans with these conditions, Carol grew up living a life unimpeded by her condition, excelling in academics and athletics, becoming a member of her high school tennis team and captain of the dance team. In adulthood, Carol became a champion for heart advocacy and participated in many events through the American Heart Association's chapter in Kentucky. In June of 2020, Carol unexpectedly passed away from sudden cardiac arrest brought on by her underlying condition. While Carol's life was cut far too short, she packed a lifetime of service to her community and love for her family and friends in just 39 years. Her incredible legacy continues to shine each day through our two beautiful daughters, Eleanor and Mary Clay. Carol's legacy also inspired legislation that I'm leading in Congress, the Cardiovascular Advances in Research and Opportunities Legacy Act, or the CAROL Act. This bipartisan legislation authorizes funding for research of valvular heart disease and encourages collaboration among members of the medical community to create better prediction models to identify high-risk patients, enable interventions, and develop treatment plans to save lives. Additionally, the CAROL Act creates a public awareness campaign focused on the risks of valvular heart disease. The CAROL Act unanimously passed the House of Representatives in December and is now in the U.S. Senate, where Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell and Democrat Senator Kyrsten Sinema are leading the bill. Over 25,000 Americans, predominantly young women, die from mitral valve prolapse every year in the United States. The girls and I wish these efforts were not necessary. We would do anything to have Carol back with us. But in our grief, we feel blessed to honor the legacy of Carol Barr and the thousands of lives lost each year from these diseases by renewing our unrelenting pursuit of research and awareness to prevent other families from experiencing the tragedy that has so profoundly impacted ours. To the American Heart Association, I want to thank you for the support you have provided to the CAROL Act and for honoring Carol with this award. God bless you all, and God bless the families who have lost loved ones from heart disease. Thank you so much.
Our next award of Meritorious Achievement goes to Chris Sakalakis, presented by Dr. Michelle Albert.
Good evening. I am Michelle Albert, President-elect of the American Heart Association. Tonight, I have the honor of presenting Chris Sakalakis with the Award of Meritorious Achievement. I've had a ringside seat to Chris's incredible volunteer leadership, beginning when he was chairman and I was president of the Greater Bay Area Division of the AHA. Since day one, he has inspired his robust network to get involved and to help raise funds to support our mission. Some of you may know Chris from his work in Silicon Valley as an entrepreneurial leader, but he's so much more than that. He is a heart disease survivor. He has a passion for volunteerism, and he genuinely connects with people to improve their lives. His commitment to global health equity, research, and advocacy are just some of the priority areas that Chris works to educate the public about heart health and living a healthy life. He is a powerful force who inspires others to serve and invest in their own communities. Please join me in congratulating Chris Sakalakis, the 2022 recipient of the Award for Meritorious Achievement.
Hey, thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for this award. This is a great example of the type of love and appreciation I get from the Heart Association and have gotten for the last 11 years. You know, in 2009, when my cardiologist told me I needed open heart surgery, my first thought was that I didn't want my sons to grow up without a father. Fast forward 11 years and I'm still here, and my teenage sons are being forced to watch this award ceremony by my wife upstairs. So all of that is thanks to the AHA. 2 years after my surgery, when Larry Beard, the CEO of the San Francisco Giants, asked me to join the executive leadership team of the San Francisco Bay Area Heart Walk, I had no idea what I was getting myself into as a volunteer. I gave Larry a quick yes to his request because of my heart surgery, and I figured this was a way for me to give back. But I've stayed involved with the Heart Association for the last 11 years because the AHA's mission is much broader than just reducing heart disease and stroke. It's not just about me and people like me and my uncles who've had open heart surgery. It's about improving the overall health of all Americans, and that's a mission that really resonates with me. The other reason I've been happy to be a volunteer with the Heart Association are the great people in this organization, both the staff and my fellow volunteers. Through a few career changes, the AHA has been a constant positive force in my life. At times, it felt like it was the only organization that actually wanted to work with me, so I'm very grateful for that. I've made close friends to the AHA, and I'm so appreciative of the Heart Association folks I've worked with throughout the years, including Dr. Albert, Jill DiGiacomo, Julia Gray, Gloria Steinfeld, Maria Olson, and Kathy Rogers, who we refer to as the Big Chief, or at least we refer to her from now on as the Big Chief. But all kidding aside, thank you so much for this award. I really do appreciate it.
Our next awardee, CVS Health, will be presented by Claudia Norman and Andrea Eingfer. The award will be accepted by Cheryl Burke, Senior Vice President, Corporate Social Responsibility for CVS Health.
Hello, my name is Claudia Norman, and I am a survivor and member of the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women, Real Women Class of 2022. And tonight, I'm honored to present my employer, CVS Health, with the AHA Award of Meritorious Achievement in support of the incredible impact they have made in communities everywhere through the Go Red for Women movement. CVS Health is helping women just like me understand their risk, know their numbers, and raise awareness that heart disease is killing more women than all forms of cancer combined. 50% of all Americans live within 10 miles of a Minute Clinic. And as part of CVS Health's Go Red for Women sponsorship and in-store campaign, the company offers free heart health screenings to help people know their numbers at 1,100 CVS Minute Clinics across the U.S. Now, when you know your numbers, you're empowered to be your own advocate. And that's what I did. Thankfully, that's exactly what I did. And that's why I'm here today, and I'm doing better than ever. From the bottom of my heart, my healed heart, thank you to everyone at CVS Health for your leadership. I'm sending heartfelt congratulations.
Good evening. Like Claudia, I too am a proud member of the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women, Real Women class for 2022. My name is Andrea Inkfer, and I am incredibly thankful to CVS Health for their commitment to improve the health and well-being of all people everywhere. I suffered a stroke just 5 days after giving birth to my daughter in 2020. After a long rehabilitation, I'm inspired to share my story because I know I can support survivors in their journey and maybe even save a life. CVS Health is a national sponsor of Go Red for Women, raising over $50 million to fight heart disease and stroke over the last 5 years. This is remarkable. As a survivor, I am immensely grateful to organizations like CVS Health, whose awareness campaigns and educational programs, especially in under-resourced communities, are literally building healthier lives. Thank you, CVS Health, for everything that you do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cheryl Burke, and I'm the Senior Vice President of Corporate Social Responsibility at CVS Health. We are very humbled that the American Heart Association has awarded us the Meritorious Award in recognition of all we've accomplished together. We also want to extend our congratulations to all the other winners and organizations being honored this evening. I'm excited to be here tonight with all of you as we continue to join together to advance health equity and advocate for research and education about heart health. And our job is far from done. Year after year, we continue to see cardiovascular disease as the #1 killer of men and women. That's why Go Red for Women and the American Heart Association's work to increase access to quality care and help people understand and prevent their risk of heart disease and stroke is so important. Every year, the American Heart Association is a relentless force advocating for the public's health and sharing life-saving resources. The work is helping to advance education and research that will help save lives. The more people know about heart disease, the more lives they can save, which is why the work that we're doing with the American Heart Association is so critical. To me, it's personal. Both my father and grandfather had heart conditions beginning in midlife, and over time, that heart disease was a significant contributor to their deaths. Again, I want to thank you so much to the American Heart Association for this recognition, and on behalf of CVS Health, we look forward to all the great work that we'll continue to do together.
Next, let's welcome Dr. Joey Barnett and Kayla Brown to present the award for meritorious achievement to Quest Diagnostics.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Joey Barnett, Vice Chair of the Department of Pharmacology at Vanderbilt University School of Medicine, and founder of the American Heart Association's Historically Black Colleges and Universities Scholars Program. Tonight, it's my distinct honor to present Quest Diagnostics with the American Heart Association's Award of Meritorious Achievement. As the inaugural national sponsor of both the AHA's Historically Black Colleges and Universities Scholars Program and Hispanic Serving Institution Scholars Program, Quest Diagnostics is a pioneer in helping prepare students to enter the fields of scientific research, medicine, and affiliated health professions. By inspiring and supporting these career pathways, Quest is also helping to build a diverse workforce pipeline that not only will improve equitable health in underserved communities, but also support the health of all Americans. Quest also supports the AHA's work to provide evidence-based hypertension resources and COVID-19 rapid response research in 10 targeted health centers. I have witnessed firsthand the excitement and dedication of our scholars and their mentors. Our efforts are providing the experiences, networks, and confidence essential to build a more diverse and effective scientific and healthcare community. You will have the pleasure of hearing from one of our scholars next, but in the meantime, congratulations Quest Diagnostics on this much-deserved honor.
Good evening. I am Kayla Brown, a junior bioengineering student at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University and a proud 2022 American Heart Association HBCU scholar. I am immensely grateful to Quest Diagnostics for their commitment to creating a more diverse healthcare and research workforce and for their positive impact on the HBCU and HSI scholars programs. Quest's support to both programs has helped over 100 minority students across nearly 30 historically Black colleges and Hispanic serving institutions engage in undergraduate research and further career development. As one of those students, I am honored to present Quest Diagnostics with the well-deserved American Heart Association Award of Meritorious Achievement.
Hi, good evening. My name is Mandel Jackson, and I lead Quest for Health Equity. It is a dedicated team that was established in response to the pandemics of COVID-19 and racial inequality. I'm proud to be here virtually to represent Quest Diagnostics. A little bit about our company and our 50,000 employees. Quest is the leading provider of diagnostics information services in the US, serving over 1/3 of the US population annually. Our company provides results for nearly 2 million tests daily, ranging from routine testing to breakthrough genetic testing. In 2020, we could see from our own testing data the disproportionate, devastating impact COVID-19 had on our Black and Brown communities across the US. Compelled to act and help address this crisis, we launched Quest for Health Equity, a more than $1 million initiative focused on providing a combination of donated testing services, educational programs, and funding to address healthcare inequities in underserved communities across the country. The American Heart Association is one of the organizations we have teamed up with to work to achieve this goal. Through funding provided by the Quest Foundation, we made a more than $3 million commitment to support the American Heart Association's efforts to drive hypertension management and COVID-19 relief, and to expand research and mentorship opportunities for Black and Latino and Hispanic scholars. Through this support, American Heart Association was able to expand the reach of its national initiative to help provide evidence-based high blood pressure resources to community-based health centers that serve under-resourced communities most severely impacted by COVID-19. This support has also enabled AHA to expand their HBCU Scholars Program and to launch the inaugural class of its HSI Hispanic Servant Institution Scholars Program. As an HBCU graduate, this program is especially important to me and close to my heart. Diverse representation in healthcare and research matters. In the US, less than 6% of all physicians are African American, and less than 7% are of Hispanic heritage. Quest's involvement in both scholar programs is part of our commitment to increase diverse representation in biomedical practice and research. The great Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most important weapon we can use to change the world." The AHA Scholars Program is doing just that. I had the privilege of meeting these talented scholars and was truly impressed by the work they completed in this program as undergraduates and their commitment to pursuing their dreams of becoming the next leaders in the healthcare field. I want to especially thank the AHA for their collaboration, program management, and commitment to underserved resource communities, and the scholars who are the future and will help us to close this gap in healthcare. Thank you very much.
Well said. Thank you so much, and thank you to Quest for that commitment. What an honor, everyone, to recognize the late Carol Barr, Chris Sakalakis, CVS Health, and Quest Diagnostics with awards of meritorious achievement. It is so inspiring to hear their stories, and I know, because I've been checking in, that you guys are all inspired as well. If you want to take a moment right now, you can type in the YouTube chat box one word or phrase that really captures the impact these awardees are making. I'm also going to check in behind the scenes and see what's happening on social media. If you haven't posted yet, remember, we are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and all you need to do is use that hashtag #AwardsWithHeart. I'm seeing so many congratulations coming in from American Heart Association chapters across the country, including one in Georgia that congratulates Quest Diagnostics for being recognized for the Award of Meritorious Achievement. We've got some Instagram comments congratulating JT, and I know on YouTube I saw all of those hearts that you guys sent after JT's comments. Julia, I love your comment as well. You can't get rid of us, Chris. We are so grateful for your leadership and impact. Also from Andrea, congratulations to Chris, and Kevin sending a message saying Carol's legacy lives on in so many ways. Thank you for letting us honor her in this way. We are grateful for your leadership. Carol is why. And I do see these words of inspiration and impact coming in. Keep sending them in. Marielle, I'm just going to start and end with yours. Grateful. Indeed. So we also want to see, in addition to the words, all of your watch parties as well as those selfies. So please do keep sending them in. We'll check in with you guys throughout the rest of the show. So we have an exciting group of awardees yet to be presented. So we're going to take about a 1-minute break. I want you to stand up, stretch. I'm a yoga teacher, so of course I would say that, right? And you're going to get a sneak peek while you do that into the American Heart Association's future. Hear what leaders are saying about what we're calling the AHA second century. AHA Centennial is coming in 2024, so watch the video, stand up, get a nice stretch in, and we'll see you right back here in 1 minute.
The most impressive thing is the advances we've made in saving people's lives. So tonight, people will eat dinner with their families. They will see their children graduate from school. They will see them get married, all because of the work of the American Heart Association. That's what making a difference is.
You think about the changes we've seen in society, the research that we've done to help people better understand the risk of heart disease and stroke, how we've changed people's view of women's health in this country, how we've been at the forefront around social determinants of health and how that impacts communities. That's the thing that's most impressive to me.
Each day that I'm involved, I get to see the impact and lives across our country and across, frankly, globally that we're able to make.
It will be incredible to see the second century of impact of the American Heart Association. And what I know for sure is that we will dream big. The future of the American Heart Association will look at the whole person, but it will build on the legacy of what we have accomplished to make sure that we continue this great trajectory of impact every single day.
The message of our 2024 strategic impact goal of making sure we are champions for health equity, that's going to be the clarion call for our second century.
Please welcome back Nancy Brown, who will present AHA's Youth Market Leadership Team with the Earl B. Beagle Award for Staff Excellence.
Thank you so much. Outstanding leadership, superior performance, and significant impact. These are the hallmarks of the American Heart Association's highest staff honor, the Earl B. Beagle Award for Staff Excellence. Its namesake was a revered team member whose mission impact more than 6 decades ago set the standard for this award. Since 1981, the award has gone to one person annually, excluding 4 occasions when a tie produced 2 winners. This year, for the first time, I am so pleased to present the Earl B. Beagle Award for Staff Excellence to a team, 7 phenomenal individuals comprising the AHA's Youth Market staff leadership. The honorees are national leaders Dawn Allenbaugh and Paisley Payton, and field executives Kim Adams, Abby Bartley, Kyle Bright, Bill Repke, and Jason Shields. When public schools moved classes online during the COVID-19 pandemic, these leaders leaped into action, retooling content, creating remote wellness programs, and innovating technology to engage students, faculty, and families in new ways. Kids Heart Challenge Reimagined met families where they were with resources on healthy living, mindfulness, and mental well-being. A cast of cartoon heart heroes reinforced positive messages such as staying active and saying no to smoking and vaping. And using 3D models, the online portal led kids on a journey through the world of STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Meanwhile, Kick Cabin Fever to the Curb challenged families to participate in daily physical activity, prepare heart-healthy meals together, practice kindness, and support the American Heart Association's mission. With equal parts strategy and passion, Youth Mark leaders engineered a pandemic rebound yielding stronger relationships with educational partners, 3,500 new schools, and almost $22 million in year-over-year revenue growth, the largest in American Heart Association history. I am so inspired by these dynamic mission champions who cast the vision for new ways to engage and execute that vision with excellence. Please join me in celebrating the 2022 Earl B. Beagle Award for Staff Excellence recipients, our Magnificent Seven. Again, Dawn Allenbaugh, Paisley Payton, Kim Adams, Abby Bartley, Kyle Bright, Bill Repke, and Jason Shields. You are amazing.
Adaptability. From reinventing our program to weathering a pandemic, the Youth Market team has adapted to challenges we never could have ever imagined.
Connection. Youth Market has created a program that continues to connect with our schools, coordinators, parents, and students to our mission.
Resilience. When faced with any challenge in any year and in any environment, our team finds a way to not just overcome those obstacles, but to thrive and drive for success.
Focus. With a vision of doubling our revenue during a school year still in flux, the Eastern States Region staff team focused on the consistent execution of 4 key strategies and never wavered.
Passion. Staff full of heart dug deep to surmount obstacles. Leading with simple yet meaningful storytelling, they lifted up their volunteers, students, families, and one another to drive exceptional results.
Prioritization. Staff time, energy, and great coaching invested in our strongest volunteers resulted in a record-breaking number of schools having their best year ever.
Tenacity. Our Youth Market staff powered through many headwinds this year by being nimble, determined, and having a constant focus on our strategies that led all of us to one of the best years we've ever seen. And now let's hear from one of our heart heroes.
Hi, I am Parker and I am 9 years old. When I grow up, I want to work for the American Heart Association like my mom. I want to work for the Kids Heart Challenge so that I can save lives and make some cool characters. And all the characters have special meanings and like what to do. So this one he says no to no smoking, and this one Flash get good exercise, and Oscar he says drink water. He says don't eat anything with salt. I also learned how to know about CPR and strokes. For CPR, if someone falls down, you call 911 and then you push on their chest. And stroke it's fast is acronym, and the F stands for face is droopy. The A is for arms are weak. The S is for speech, it's weird, and the T is that you have time to call the police and take them to the hospital. To all the people that work for the Kids Heart Challenge, thank you for saving lives, and it's the best and it's my favorite thing in the whole world.
Next up, Dr. Mitch Elkin will present Jason Zachariah with the Healthcare Volunteer of the Year Award.
Good evening. I'm Mitch Elkin, immediate past president of the American Heart Association. I'm thrilled to be here tonight to recognize Jason Zachariah as AHA Healthcare Volunteer of the Year for his inspiring work in stroke recovery. My own research focuses on stroke prevention and treatment, so I've seen firsthand the life-changing outcomes of Jason's work. Under Jason's leadership, Kindred Hospital Rehabilitation Services sponsored AHA's Together to End Stroke program to drive guideline-directed stroke rehabilitation throughout the United States and help stroke survivors improve their quality of life. Kindred publicized and disseminated the AHA and American Stroke Association stroke rehabilitation guidelines and increased best practices for stroke recovery. Jason also leads by example. He served back-to-back terms as Heartball Chair in 2020 and 2021, and he's led grassroots health and safety initiatives in his own community of Louisville, Kentucky. He raised more than $2 million in support of AHA's research. And he and his wife, Laura, personally gave $100,000 to accelerate education and awareness around hands-only CPR training in their region. Please join me in congratulating Jason Zachariah, 2022 AHA Healthcare Volunteer of the Year.
Thank you, Mitch. So grateful from that day you gave me this call, and really honored amongst the hundreds of thousands of volunteers. I thank you so much for your dedication to the AHA and ASA mission. I'm inspired by all of you through the countless walks and community-led efforts. I am just grateful to be a part of that volunteer community. I also thank Ashley Sokoler, our executive director for the Kentucky Southern Indiana chapter, for inspiring me to join the Heart Association board and ultimately become chairman of our Gold Standard board. And through that, it served as a vehicle to do so many more things. Obviously, as Mitch shared, in terms of spreading the awareness of what great stroke rehabilitation looks like, and hopefully better hope, healing, and recovery for countless survivors. And really to my father and mother, who inspired me into volunteerism. Even though I couldn't follow in my father's footsteps as a cardiovascular clinical cardiologist at the Mayo Clinic, I tried to use the best of my abilities to impact as many lives as possible. And being a part of a great healthcare organization of kindred, along with also our new company, LifePoint Health, able to use our organization in ways to leverage Life is Wise sponsorship throughout our Kentuckiana market. And really to my wife, Laura, who is also a tremendous volunteer, who also inspired me personally to get into this volunteerism with AHA. She lost her father, my father-in-law, to a heart attack at 49 years old when we were just dating as college sweethearts. And then also as a type 1 diabetic, I see the increased risk and the importance of Go Red for Women. And so through all of that, there's countless more years of volunteerism ahead, but really appreciate the recognition, and thank you to all at the American Heart Association and for empowering all of us as volunteers to maximize impact. Thank you.
The Physician of the Year award goes to Dr. Jennifer Merez and will be presented by Dr. Stacy Rosen.
Hello. I'm honored to join you tonight to introduce my dear friend and colleague, Dr. Jennifer Merez, as the American Heart Association Physician of the Year. I joined Jennifer at North Shore University Hospital on Long Island, New York in 1994. She was the first, and at that time, the only female cardiologist in our division. She welcomed me as a colleague, and we became fast friends. Fast forward almost 30 years, and she continues to amaze and inspire me and everyone else who is lucky enough to be in her orbit. She is wicked smart, as we would have said at Boston University School of Medicine, fiercely committed to improving the lives of patients, families, and communities, and truly a relentless force for channeling the priorities of the American Heart Association for maximal impact. In fact, we joke that she is a benevolent woodpecker when it comes to getting the right thing accomplished. She has done it all. She's been a spokesperson for the AHA's Go Red for Women movement since its inception. She's been awarded the Chairman's Award for Excellence in Volunteer Service and the National AHA Louis B. Russell Jr. Memorial Award for outstanding service in addressing healthcare disparities and our service to minority and underserved communities. She went on to write several books, executive produce several award-winning documentaries, mentor and sponsor countless cardiologists, and publish in our most impactful journals. Oh, and by the way, Jen has a day job. She is the founding Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer here at Northwell, one of the nation's most respected individuals in this important role, and the Associate Dean for Faculty Development at the Zucker School of Medicine. Jen is the consummate storyteller and knows the impact that storytelling can have on our ability to make critically needed change. She does it all with grace, compassion, and a never-ending joie de vivre. While also being part of an enviably long marriage to Dr. Haskell Fleischacker and being a fabulous mother to the soon-to-be college graduate, Zoe Merez Fleischacker. According to my favorite doctor, Dr. Seuss, Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Dr. Jennifer Merez has committed herself to making things better. Through her intellect, fierce determination, highest levels of integrity, and her desire to always give back. Congratulations, dear friend.
Hello, good evening, and I am so honored and humbled to be here today. Thank you to my dear friend and colleague, Dr. Stacy Rosen, for that kind introduction. I was definitely in shock, did not expect Stacy to be introducing me, and so touched. I wish to extend my congratulations to all of the recipients of the AHA 2000 awards, and I'm humbled and inspired to be included among these amazing giants and luminaries. Receiving this award, saluting excellence in volunteer service, represents a milestone for me, and it highlights the fact that the American Heart Association, in advancing its mission to be a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives, is shining a spotlight on our foundational work of redesigning, expanding healthcare delivery so that it includes a sex and gender perspective in cardiovascular care, and bringing patient awareness, empowerment, and the critical role of partnerships to the forefront, all of which are vital elements in advancing the mission of the American Heart Association to ensure a more holistic approach, one that includes components of culture, language, gender, and social determinants of health, linking quality of care with equitable care. In reflecting on the myriad benefits and lessons learned from my years of being a practicing physician, having the privilege and developing the trust of many patients, and my 22 years of active memberships with the American Heart Association, two themes are worthy of mention. And what I've learned from the American Heart Association, the importance of patient awareness, patient empowerment, and the importance of partnerships. And the American Heart Association has been the role model for empowerment and partnerships. As we have learned from the Go Red for Women movement, when people feel seen and understood, they are more receptive to receiving the educational tools needed to make real change in their lives and to truly partner with their healthcare team. We learned from Go Red that when women see themselves as partners on the journey to a healthier heart, 80% of women made at least one heart-healthy choice, truly demonstrating the power of awareness, empowerment, and partnership. On a personal note, partnerships have been truly important to me. And I stand on the shoulders of the many patients, the thousands of patients I have had the privilege to treat who trusted me with their care, and the privilege to work with colleagues, mentors, sponsors, friends, and family who have paved the way. The cliche, "it takes a village," comes to mind in all aspects of life. And as I think of my success and the work that I have done, that we have all done at the American Heart Association, one partnership should be highlighted, and that is receiving this award, following in the footsteps of my dear friend and colleague, co-collaborator, co-author, and documentarian, Dr. Stacy Rosen, who has been a true partner in our journey with the American Heart Association to advancing women's health, is truly meaningful. So many people to thank. I think I'm running out of time. The music will start playing as it does at the Academy Awards. But I must say that I have to thank a few people worthy of mention. 22 years ago, after I had delivered my daughter Zoe and came back to work at North Shore University Hospital, Susan Somerville, Ralph Nappy, Terry Lynham, and Dennis Dowling, Northwell colleagues, said to me, "You've got to join the American Heart Association." And American Heart Association staff member Sue Floor welcomed me, and it has been an amazing journey and love affair so far. I must thank my amazing mentors and colleagues at the AHA, at the American College of Cardiology, American Society of Nuclear Cardiology, and the Women in Cardiology team at the American College of Cardiology. Huge thanks to my family, Dr. Haskell Fleischhager, daughter Zoe, my sisters Jackie and Arlene, my aunt Barbara, and a special thanks to my mom, Jean, who we lost 3 years ago, and to my grandfather, who died at a young age but inspired me to become a cardiologist. Friends who have held my hand along the way are many, but want to shout out my dear friend, Clive Davis, who I always go to whenever there is a challenge and who's a big supporter of the American Heart Association, Dr. Michael Palumbo, Greg Schriefer, Lori Russo, Dr. Sharon Hayes, Leslie Shaw, Drs. Nanette Wenger, and Judy Hoffman, true mentors of mine. Cynthia Lewin, who keeps my world on track, and Cynthia we've worked together for the past 15 years. And I must say a heartfelt thanks to Northwell CEO and Northwell leaders, so Michael Dowling, Mark Solazzo, Dean Lawrence Smith, and David Battinelli, who rarely, and my colleagues at Northwell Health and the Zucker School of Medicine, who have made all the work we have done together possible. The famous storyteller and father of the Japanese short story, Ronsuko Satoru, wrote, individually, we are one drop, but together we are an ocean. So I must say to the many people in my village, to the many patients I've had the honor to work with and to treat, who have contributed to the success, I thank you, I share this award with you, and I encourage all of us to join the American Heart Association on their journey to be a relentless force to eliminate and conquer heart disease. Thank you so very much for this honor.
And now Dr. Michelle Albert returns to present the Distinguished National Leadership Award to Dr. Donald Lloyd Jones.
Tonight, I have the honor of presenting Don with our Distinguished National Leadership Award for his service as AHA President in 2021 to 2022. In addition to being among the world's most highly regarded experts in cardiovascular disease prevention and epidemiology, Don's volunteer leadership has had a profound impact on the organization. For more than 2 decades, he shaped our efforts to improve patient outcomes and create healthier communities across the nation. Don has impacted the association at every level, locally, regionally, and nationally. He's also contributed in every way, from leading research and science initiatives, to advocating for critical policies to support our mission, to fundraising and cultivating others to get involved. This past year, he not only represented the AHA before lawmakers in Washington, D.C., and during dozens of conferences, forums, and events, he even appeared with the Chicago Bears mascot for a video seen by nearly 4 million kids. The breadth of his impact is impressive too. When Don was president-elect, he helped draft our 2024 Impact Goal. As president, he made sure we achieved many milestones on our health equity journey. In his 2 years as head of our Committee on Scientific Sessions program, Don prioritized inclusion. He insisted on no all-male panels, or no manels. Yet the innovation he's best known for is leading the team that first defined ideal cardiovascular health in 2010, what we now refer to as Life's Simple 7, changing the way clinicians, researchers, and patients think about heart and brain health. As a capstone to his tenure, a presidential advisory coming out tomorrow will update this definition. Don, for these reasons and many more, I know everyone watching joins me in congratulating you as the recipient of the 2022 Distinguished National Leadership Award. Congratulations, Don.
Well, thank you so much, Michelle. I am just so honored by those wonderful remarks. And I'd like to start by congratulating all of our awardees tonight and thanking them for everything they do every day to advance our life-saving mission. I am so grateful and humbled to receive this award. And here it is. It's really handsome and incredibly heavy, so I'm not going to hold it up for very long. But thank you for nominating and rewarding me with this. I'd actually like to accept it on behalf of the more than 30,000 professional and 40 million lay volunteers of the AHA. For me, they are really the ones who provide distinguished national leadership and who inspire the AHA to do more every single day for our patients, our communities, our providers, and for the population. I wish so much that each of you on this call tonight could have the insider's view of this extraordinary organization that I have had this past year as president, so that you could see the rapid, nimble, and impactful responses to new health threats like the pandemic. See the huge vision that this organization can put forward in things like our 2024 impact goal to be champions for health equity, so that every person can live a full, healthy life. And to see that those aren't just words, but that the AHA walks the talk, committing more than $230 million in diverse investments over just 4 years to support that goal, and then reaching and exceeding many of those milestones within just 18 months. And finally, to understand that AHA has funded $5 billion in heart and stroke research over the last several decades, second only to the federal government, and then to see the impact that that science has on the lives of real people. My role as president this past year has been the pinnacle of my professional career, and I am so grateful to have had the opportunity to serve and represent the AHA as it has its extraordinary impact in so many ways, big and small. Teaching children volunteerism and health in more than 30,000 schools, empowering communities and organizations to promote health, providing clinicians and health systems with the tools they need to improve care, and advocating tirelessly, relentlessly for better policies for a healthier environment, a healthier food supply, access to high quality healthcare, and greater health equity always. There are too many people I need to thank, so I'll name just a few in the remaining moments I have. First, to my friends, the amazing AHA staff who turn our guiding values and our mission into reality. I am so inspired by your can-do attitude, and you make us what we are. Just to name a few: Mariel Jessup, Eduardo Sanchez, Radhika Singh, Emily Halubowicz, Ben Whitenhiller, Justin Dennison, Kevin Harker, Laura Soul, and so many others. To Ray Vera, thank you, our chairman of the board, a truly tireless worker for our mission and a great friend. And most of all, Nancy Brown, the most effective, knowledgeable, inspiring, and admirable person I know. We are so blessed to have you as our CEO. I also want to thank my partners who have taught me so much about this role: Clyde Yancey, Bob Bono, Bob Harrington, Mitch Elkind, Michelle Albert, and now Joe Wu. I couldn't be prouder to be among your company. And I am so excited, Michelle, for your leadership this coming year. I also want to thank my colleagues at Northwestern who've supported me this year, particularly Dr. Mercedes Carnathan and Elizabeth Budzik. And finally, last but certainly not least, my amazing wife, Kathleen, who has made all of this possible, and our 3 beautiful children. I love you all so much. Thank you.
Well said indeed. And congratulations again to the American Heart Association's Youth Market Leadership Team. What a cutie that Parker Lyman is, by the way, right? I know he makes his mom proud. And his mom, in case you didn't know, Mindy Rowe Lyman, is AHA's National Executive Vice President of Field Campaigns. So incredibly proud mom there. Also touching remarks from Jason, Dr. Merez, and Dr. Lloyd Jones. Okay, friends, it is now time to recognize our Gold Heart awardees this evening. So I want to welcome back AHA's Chief Executive Officer, Nancy Brown, to introduce 3 volunteer leaders who are receiving the first Gold Heart Award. Nancy?
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Don, thank you for those amazing comments. You have made an incredible difference in our organization. And so have the next 3 individuals that I am so honored to be able to present the Gold Heart Award to. These are 3 distinguished volunteer leaders. and among my very dearest friends. Cardiologist Greg Fonarow and Clyde Yancey and neurologist Lee Schwam envisioned a world where the most up-to-date evidence-based guidelines were consistently delivered in hospitals to improve the quality of patient care. These individuals have started this program and created with great foresight, now what we know as an acclaimed hospital quality of care improvement program. I had the honor to work alongside this team from the beginning, and I've watched these leaders' vision change the face of healthcare and position the American Heart Association in ways we never could have imagined. What began in 2001 as a clinical quality improvement initiative focused on coronary artery disease laid the foundation to include modules in resuscitation, stroke, heart failure, and atrial fibrillation. The program also powers the AHA's COVID-19 cardiovascular registry, stood up within days of the World Health Organization declaring a global pandemic. With patients at the center, Get With the Guidelines helps hospital teams understand, track, and treat diseases and disorders through consistent application of the most up-to-date scientific guidelines. Imagine the lives saved and improved when hospitals assure that all patients receive only evidence-based care, regardless of gender, age, ethnicity, or other factors. Today, more than 2,500 hospitals in the United States and Puerto Rico have adopted Get With the Guidelines, yielding more than 10 million de-identified patient records available to researchers on the AHA's secure precision medicine platform. This vast repository produces vital research, new interventions, and improved patient outcomes, including reduced hospital readmissions within 30 days. Results have been published in more than 600 peer-reviewed manuscripts. Participating hospitals receive recognition, as do the thousands of clinical champions who do the work at individual hospitals. Tonight's honorees were truly ahead of their time, and each brings his own unique brand of brilliance to Get With the Guidelines. Dr. Greg Fonarow is interim cardiology chief at UCLA's David Geffen School of Medicine. Affectionately known as a human encyclopedia, the data guru, he developed the Get With the Guidelines publication strategy and has been part of authoring some of our most significant papers. Dr. Clyde Yancey, a past president of the AHA, is Vice Dean of Diversity and Inclusion and Chief of Cardiology at the Northwestern Feinberg School of Medicine in Chicago. He oversaw the launch of the heart failure module and later chaired the Get With the Guidelines steering committee. And Dr. Lee Schwam is Vice President of Virtual Care at the Massachusetts General Brigham and Women's Hospital. Lee leveraged his legendary relationship building skills to inspire national sponsorships of the stroke module within months. Together, these innovators are closing the gap between scientific research and clinical practice by setting standards to ensure that all patients receive the best care every single time. They have made sure that people are truly living longer, healthier lives. Please join me in celebrating Dr. Greg Fonarow, Dr. Lee Schwam, and Dr. Clyde Yancey, 2022 recipients of the AHA's highest volunteer honor, the Gold Heart Award.
I am delighted and very grateful to be one of the recipients of this 2022 Gold Heart Award for volunteer service on Get With the Guidelines Quality Improvement Initiative. I'd like to thank the AHA and particularly CEO Nancy Brown for this award, but all the tremendous support over more than 2 decades for the Get With the Guidelines program. It's truly been one of the most rewarding aspects of my career to be able to collaborate with so many talented, dedicated, and passionate volunteers, leaders, and the terrific staff of the AHA, all committed to the mission of building healthier lives free of cardiovascular disease and stroke. It's especially gratifying to receive this award with my close colleagues, friends, Clyde Yancey and Lee Schwam, who've been instrumental to the success of Get With the Guidelines and have worked shoulder to shoulder with daily for more than 20 years. As you've heard, Get With the Guidelines involves over 2,500 hospitals. That's tens of thousands of clinicians working together to translate the strongest science, the clinical trial evidence and guidelines into actual day-to-day practice for patients with cardiovascular disease and stroke, and to do it equitably. Get With the Guidelines has truly resulted in improved quality of care and clinical outcomes for millions of individuals with cardiovascular disease and stroke. It's truly touched and improved so many lives. And as you've heard, Get With the Guidelines is now being implemented internationally with similar success, so its impact is truly global. Get With the Guidelines has also advanced clinical science. As you've heard, the hundreds of publications that have been generated from this remarkable database, most of them masterfully led by early career investigators. I'd also like to acknowledge the support and leadership at UCLA Health that has allowed me to have so much time to devote to the AHA and to Get With the Guidelines, and acknowledge the tremendous support of my family, including my terrific wife, Julie. In closing, a truly heartfelt thank you for this award. Let me now turn it over to Lee Schwam.
Thank you so much, Greg. And I'd like to start by thanking the AHA and especially Nancy Brown, Ray Vera, and Don Lloyd-Jones for this really distinguished and heavy honor, and for recognizing the extraordinary accomplishments of the entire team of the staff and volunteers that have built and run Get With the Guidelines for this past 20 years. In particular, I'd also like to recognize my fellow recipients, Greg Fonarow and Clyde Yancey, without whose contributions I would not be here taking this award, and also Dr. C. Miller Fisher, who inspired me to pursue a career in the field of stroke. I'd also like to take a moment to thank my parents, Jay and Ellen, who imbued in me a commitment to service and to equity, to my loving wife, Dr. Lisa Leffert, who's always been my greatest supporter and mentor, and my two exceptional sons, Sam and Eli, who teach me every day about how to be a better person. While next year marks the 100th anniversary of the AHA, this year actually marks my 25th. I know they say silver is the traditional gift for 25 years of marriage, but clearly tonight I got gold, so thank you for that. I've often said that I love my AHA work so much I do it for free, and I guess I'll be doing it for another 25 years without a moment of regret. 25 years ago, in 1997, I sat in a Boston meeting room with Nancy Brown and other local AHA volunteers and staff, and we literally drew on the back of a napkin the strategy for the stroke system of care and stroke center certification. 5 years later, Dr. Ken Lebrecht and I started Get With the Guidelines Stroke with a grant from the CDC and terrific advice from Greg Fonarow. And 2 years later, I published the first of what would be over 200 papers with Greg in this incredibly impactful field. And just a few years later, Clyde and I published a presidential advisory summarizing the decade of work by the AHA and ASA on its journey translating evidence into practice. My career with the AHA has also been about translating evidence into practice and eliminating disparities in care by changing our systems of care. Nothing could be more closely aligned with my own personal values, and my commitment is only deepened by the presence of stroke and coronary disease in both my parents. No other organization could have had the power and capability to make those dreams come true. And I've witnessed not only the transformation of stroke care in the US, but of the AHA itself as it evolved to meet this mission and become truly a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives. These last 3 years, I've also had the honor of serving on the board of directors of the AHA, where I've had the luxury of sitting next to tremendous leaders like Nancy Brown, Bert Scott, Don Lloyd-Jones, Mitch Elkind, and others. I will cherish that experience and all the friendship, learning, and wisdom I have acquired, and pass those gifts on to the next generation of volunteers who will serve as the relentless force for change in the next century. In closing, I wish to accept this award on behalf of all the volunteers, staff, patients, and caregivers who've contributed to making Get With the Guidelines one of the most impactful clinical registries in the United States, as Greg so eloquently described. So thank you again. And I'd now like to turn the virtual podium over to Dr. Yancey.
Wow. Let me begin by thanking Nancy Brown, Don Lloyd Jones, all the officers of the American Heart Association. You so completely humble us with this award. I am just delighted to accept this Gold Heart Award, but it's even more important to share this award with Greg Fonarow and Lee Schwam. Imagine working on a shared objective for 21 years and remaining close friends through the whole process and making a difference as well. Remarkable. This fall of 2022 marks my 33rd year as a Heart Association volunteer. It all began in Dallas. As I've observed this evening, seen all the amazing award winners, brilliantly informs me that our AHA legacy is sustainable. It is ready for that second century that we're beginning to articulate. We have so much momentum. We've done so many good things in so many spaces, and we have a legacy of leaders that is unparalleled, counting first my dear close friend, Don Lloyd Jones. Congratulations, Don. What a year of service. The three of us, Greg, Lee, and me, were there in the early, incipient days of quality improvement. We had to struggle with the definition, but we accepted the challenge to grow this nascent quality improvement enterprise, give it legs, and infuse it with a bit of passion. We're overjoyed now at this incredible expansion of what has become one of the most valuable, most meaningful AHA enterprises in the history of the AHA. And we're especially moved with the realization that not a new drug discovery, not a new surgical procedure, but quality improvement has reduced the burden of heart disease and has prolonged survival. And I am particularly thankful that, unbeknownst to us, quality improvement is part of the solution to closing disparities, because when quality is the objective, then we move all forces towards the good. Imagine that. Reducing suffering, extending life, and reducing disparities. This really is the good stuff. I want to let everybody know something, though. Our shared ownership of this Gold Heart Award is not a tie. It doesn't mean that Nancy and Don were in a room and couldn't make up their mind. It is an emphasis on the value of teamwork and championship. Think about this. I am emboldened by Greg's meticulous attention to detail, by Lee's indefatigable advocacy for stroke. I offer passion. This unique mission of passion, precision, and persistence, that's what relentless is. We've created this relentless, unyielding insistence on best care for millions of patients, and now we're extending it into the international space. This is remarkable. In closing, a simple thank you does not go far enough to endorse our collective appreciation for this award. Frankly, it is us who should give you an award for trusting us to lead, innovate, measure, and improve the lives of so many at risk or those already impacted by heart disease and stroke. For many, many years, my daughters always said, "Dad, what do you really do? Are you really a doctor? What do you really do?" I can tell them that working with two great friends and colleagues, we have saved millions of lives and reduced the suffering in even more millions of people. That's what we do. I'm so grateful to all of you. Thank you so much.
I love that perspective. Thank you so much, and congratulations, Doctors Fonarow, Schwam, and Yancey. What a trailblazing trio. Just incredible. Our final Gold Heart awardee this evening is Dr. John, presented by some very special guests who know him best as Dad.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jacob Warner, Dr. John Warner's son, and I'm joined by my sister, Lauren. Together, we are so honored to say a few words about our dad, longtime volunteer and former president of the American Heart Association's Board of Directors.
For over a decade, we've had front row seats to Dr. Warner's many accomplishments, from caring for patients to teaching and mentoring the next generation of cardiologists to leading a major medical research institution. He is a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives.
Despite his already incredibly busy schedule, Dr. Warner found another vocation as a volunteer leader with the AHA at local, regional, and national levels. He was instrumental in passing local advocacy initiatives, including smoke-free air, CPR training, and systems of care. In 2009, he was a leading voice in the Smoke-Free Dallas initiative, successfully passing the City of Dallas's public smoking ordinance.
Dr. Warner spearheaded the W.W. Caruth Jr. Foundation grant and award-winning campaign, Don't Die of Doubt, encouraging people to call 911 at the first sign of a heart problem, which has had a life-saving impact on the greater community, especially during the pandemic.
Dad, you've always told us that team accomplishments are more important than individual accolades. Even from the sidelines, we've felt your passion for the AHA mission. The staff and volunteers you've worked with along the way have made such an impact on so many lives. We are all standing on the shoulders of giants. So tonight, Lauren and I are so incredibly honored to present you with the 2022 American Heart Association Gold Heart Award.
Your passion for changing lives has influenced us in boundless ways. We draw inspiration from you every day. We love to watch you in your element, a true change maker and a man of the people. Thank you for everything, Dad, and congratulations. Congratulations. We love you.
Well, I certainly taught my kids to keep a secret very well, so I'm so honored to have them introduce me tonight. Let me begin by saying what an honor it is, as has been mentioned by other people, to receive this award with the inspiring group of volunteers that you've heard from tonight. It's also very meaningful to me to receive the Gold Heart Award besides Drs. Fonero, Schwam, and Yancey, and the entire Get With the Guidelines team. Their work exemplifies why the AHA means so much to me. Its commitment to the highest quality science and discovery, and using the evidence from that science to improve health and well-being, and to help create and inform policies to support a healthy society. It's impossible to thank everyone by name who's made my AHA experience so rewarding over these many years, but I would like to mention a few whose mentorship and support have helped create my AHA journey, beginning with the three board chairs who were my partners when I served as president at the local, affiliate, and national level: Ron Haddock, Jim Fullerton, and Jim Postal. Each of you has served as a great resource for me and helped me volunteer for AHA initiatives that increase my understanding important to our issues that are important to our nation's health. I didn't always go willingly, but you all kept after me, and I really appreciate all that each of you have done to make my board and committee service so special. I also want to thank Nancy Brown, one of the most visionary leaders I have ever known. The priorities you steward for the AHA are the reason that so many of us are driven to give up our time, effort, and resources. It's a special privilege to live here in Dallas and get to know so many of the AHA family, including those at the National Center. But having traveled the nation and much of the world on AHA missions, I have seen firsthand what a great family the whole AHA staff is. Each of you define the word impact. All of you are so committed, so smart, so hardworking, and you are the foundation of the AHA's success and a source of inspiration to me. Another reason I value my AHA volunteer experience are the opportunities to involve my family in AHA service. Joining me tonight are my wife, Lisa, my daughter, Lauren, and virtually with my son, Jacob. And our family would like to thank the AHA family of staff and volunteers for this award and for the many opportunities to serve alongside you. Nancy and others have taught me no AHA speech would be complete with a call to action, so here's mine. Our health has never been more threatened than it has been the last 2+ years. Many have taken a step back in their personal health journey, and the disparities we've worked so hard to correct are even more magnified. It will take all of us and more to reconstitute a path towards optimal health in these unprecedented times. And the work of the AHA will likely never be more important than it is today. I look forward to continuing my work with all of you. And again, thank you for this award and all that it represents.
Such incredible volunteers. Congratulations to Dr. Warner and to everyone recognized tonight. I'm going to invite our dream team, our hosts, back in for some quick closing remarks. Dawn, Nancy, and Ray. Ray, we'll start with you.
About Sonia. Wow, what a great way to capstone the evening by hearing from Jacob and Lauren as they talked about their dad, Dr. John Warner, who's become such a dear friend through our service together. So what a great evening we've had together. And congratulations to all of our awardees. And thanks for creating and making tonight such a memorable event. Thanks so much. Don, I'll turn it over to you.
Just incredible. I am so proud to be among these amazing volunteers and award winners. Thank you to all of you for your incredible and passionate commitment and dedication to this organization. Nancy, you get the final word.
Okay, thank you, Don and Ray. What an honor to lead this event with you. And just congratulations again to our amazing honorees who represent the commitment of the AHA to patients, to communities, and to people everywhere. We're so proud of you, and the future of the American Heart Association is indeed very bright with leaders like all of you. Thank you again. And Sonia, let me turn it back to you.
Yeah, once again, I am just blown away, and I can't wait to see where the American Heart Association goes from here. So thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. Thanks so much for your time in putting time aside really to honor these incredible volunteer leaders and organizations. Tonight's event, by the way, is going to remain available on demand. So you can tune in and rewatch and share with your friends, your family, your colleagues on social media. And from my heart to yours, congratulations to all the awardees, and thank you to the presenters who shared what makes our awardees worthy of recognition. Have a good night.